That's going straight to the thumbnail.
They say you can't be in two places at once. Today, we're not just crossing a line, we're traveling through the very heart of time itself. Our mission? From the 0 point of the world to the historic city of Paris, all in one day. Join us as we explore this place the whole world centers on, and as we travel across time to the bustle of the Pigalle district. Stick around to see how much today's travel cost us, as well as all our travel tips.
It's our last morning in London. Later today we head off on the Channel Tunnel train across to France. And it seems fitting that we end our time here in London by visiting the Prime Meridian. Such was the UK's dominance of colonial history that it was literally the centre of the world, where we had the Prime Meridian setting international dates and times passing through the city. Today we're going to check out that line. We're walking here in park-like surroundings. It's a huge open space as we approach the Royal Observatory and head towards the line that demarcates the Prime Meridian. But it's freezing cold. I really should have worn more clothes. These two are a little smarter than me today. No coat, and it's 7 degrees Celsius at the moment. So you can also visit the Royal Observatory here, which of course is where decisions were made about setting the Prime Meridian here, with England's dominance at the time as one of the world's global civilizations. But of course you have to pay to go into the observatory. It's also early on a Saturday morning, and so we're just coming to see the Prime Meridian. Grace is particularly interested to see that. She's learnt about that in school, of course, and then we need to head on our way. But what's also amazing, if you come to check out the Prime Meridian, is to be able to look across there. Look at that. That is the incredible view that you see from this location of the city. Now the part we're looking at over here right in front of us is Canary Wharf. So you remember that sort of 30 years ago that barely existed as a high-rise area, but it has become one of the main financial centres in the world. You can see some of the banks there, HSBC, Citibank, but incredible because in the past Fleet Street, or the City, or as it was called, referred to the banking area in downtown London, but now you've got all that banking activity moving over here, and other parts of the city, the historical city, are all the way over there. So over here at the same site that you can see the Prime Meridian, you've also got this, the measures of the standard British yard. 2 feet, 1 foot over here. What's that? 6 inches?
3 inches.
3 inches. And so you can see the official measurements that were used across the empire, and then of course across the world as these standards were adopted.
This is an ordnance survey mark from 1692.
Yes,
as you do.
The survey marker from 1692. Okay, so here it is, the Greenwich Meridian, east longitude, west longitude. So actually you got to face that way to see north. Now this looks like a very unremarkable marker over here, but if your goal is to experience standing on the meridian, this will do. You can pay a lot more to go inside the actual observatory, and they have a very fancy line on the ground, but if this is your goal, then yeah, mission accomplished. It's another beautiful day here in London. We've been so fortunate with the incredible weather we've enjoyed. We're heading off to the station again now, and then up to St Pancras International. So here we are at London Bridge Station again. It's just one of many massive stations scattered across the city, and we're looking for the train up here to St Pancras, which hopefully we'll be able to spot. Okay, so we have just finished lunch with family, and we're now heading into St Pancras International Station for the Eurostar to France.
Oh, that's content right there. That's going straight to the thumbnail. Okay, yes. So here we are at St. Pancras International. You've got a massive concourse here, huge area. Look up above you, Grace. Amazing. And so they've got the security queue just over here. Obviously I won't film once we get to that, but you can do your money changing here. Probably give you terrible rates would be my guess. Lots of places to eat, and then the international check-in is just through here on the right. Okay, what's super interesting here is that you go through a ticket check to make sure you've got a ticket to get on the Eurostar. Then you go through security check. Then you go through your exiting the UK check. And then you actually do your entering France check right here while still on UK soil. So now we're in the departure area. You can see it's really, really busy in here. There's a real shortage of seats. School holidays have started, so that is why it's so crazy busy. But we are well early. You're told to arrive an hour and a quarter before your train journey begins. We arrived an hour and a half beforehand, and we've finished with all the formalities within about a 7 or 8 minute period. So there's food options and so on here that you can purchase, but you can see it's really, really full. So even though it's the start of the school holidays, trains all seem to be running on time. As I said earlier, it is incredibly busy. It's about 20 minutes before the train leaves, and our train has just been called. We're on platform 5. So platform 5 is right down here at the other end of the concourse. So we've had to come all the way down here, herded like cattle. Hold my hand. And now we're about to get onto the escalator, travelator going up to the platform. We are in coach 7 today, so close to the middle of the train. We were quite shocked at how dirty the UK has become, and the train station was a classic example. We have made it onto the Eurostar. Smile, Mum. And so now we've got 2.5 hours through to Paris. We're right in the middle of carriage 7. They don't tell you which end of the carriage to get on, so we got on the wrong end and had to sort of walk all the way to the other end, or most of the way. First thoughts on the train are super
comfortable. Yeah,
super
very
comfortable seats.
Yeah.
We've got these tables over here that when you get in are quite small, as you can see there, and then you can slide them out, give yourself more space. And we're off. So let's go and check out the cafe car. The cafe bar is super busy on this holiday weekend, as you may imagine. A wide variety of snacks are available, but the prices are not cheap. You're best bringing your own supermarket snacks with you. We are now officially in the Channel Tunnel, or as people call it, the Channel. It's about 50 kilometers long, so that's a 30-mile long tunnel. And we'll come out somewhere near Calais, and then we'll be in France. We have just exited the tunnel and we are now in France. Bathrooms on board were quite disgusting, including the one next door to this one being blocked. So go before you board if you can and lay off the coffee. We have arrived in Gare du Nord and we're stepping off the train. Welcome to Paris, everyone. Made it. It's the next stop. So now we're going to head straight off to our hotel, which is about a 2-kilometer walk. Gosh, look at the film. Modern Europe. Look at this disgusting mess. We made it out of the station. It's obviously a massive station, and into the chaos of the area around the station. It's every stereotype of what you'd imagine the worst of France to be. crazy people walking around, very busy, doesn't feel very enjoyable or safe. But by the time you get just a couple of blocks away, as we are now, things improve quite a bit. So feels a lot more relaxed. Some really interesting stores around, and the buildings here, absolutely beautiful. As you'd imagine, so much history, buildings that are hundreds of years old in many cases. Quite amazing. We are getting into the Montmartre area now. Lots and lots of tourist shops and so on here, obviously. Just about getting to sunset, as you can see in the back there. We're walking down the boulevard. You've got a huge crowd of people lining up here to see a show down here, apparently. Hundreds and hundreds of people queuing on the sidewalk on that side of the road. So we've chosen to walk down the middle of the boulevard rather than to have to fight past people on the way to our hotel. Here's a Carrefour supermarket, so we'll be going somewhere like that tomorrow to get some food. Much cheaper than eating out at the restaurants here that are generally very expensive. We're now in the Pigalle district. This is home to Moulin Rouge and to the slightly edgier nightlife of Paris. So if you've got young kids, you might just want to think about where and how you walk down the street. We're walking down the middle of the boulevard, so you are going to walk past a lot of stores here that may not fit with your view of the world. If you're like us, you may also see a giant panda, who knows? But probably most famously, you will also see Moulin Rouge, which of course was the famous movie starring Nicole Kidman. We've come down to a restaurant very near our hotel called Chamos Tacos. Here it is over there. And yeah, very nice little restaurant, quite busy. And we had to wait probably 20 minutes to get our food. We've just ordered burgers and chips. What do you think of your burger? Is it good? Yeah. It's very well reviewed on Google. So here's the burger that I'm having. So this burger, chips and drink together cost about 10.5 euros, 11 euros. So that's about 22 New Zealand dollars. So that's quite a lot of money. It is very similar to McDonald's, but it does taste very good.
Now, before we get to what today cost us, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to join us on our travels and to stay up to date with our travel tips and advice. Hit the notification bell so you get our next video the moment it drops. Check out our other videos on our budget-conscious trip to the UK and tell us what you think the highlight was and what important sites you think we missed in our 3 days there. So back to costs. Today cost us £219, of which 156 was for the Eurostar. It can often be cheaper to fly to Paris than to take the Channel Tunnel, but we wanted to experience this remarkable feat of engineering for ourselves. Take care, and we'll see you on the next leg of our 2-continent, 5-country journey.